Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on videos like this. These were places where people with deformities or rare diseases were displayed as curiosities on stage. Though this was a form of entertainment, many participants relied on these shows for a living, as other job options were scarce. Over time, society began to view these shows as exploitative and disrespectful, eventually leading to their end. In the 1700s and 1800s, due to limited medical knowledge, there was a widespread fear of being buried alive. Some people were mistakenly declared dead when in a coma or with a faint pulse due to less precise diagnostics. In the photo, Nikita Khrushchev and other high-ranking Soviet officials are seen embracing and kissing the heroes of space exploration. This affectionate gesture was a common practice among Soviet leaders, introducing male-to-male kissing as a public display of solidarity among comrades. The brotherly kiss and warm embrace symbolized unity between comrades and socialism, reinforcing the ideals of solidarity and equality among everyone, regardless of rank. Here we see Russian Tsar Nicholas II giving a kiss of peace to a soldier. The unique practice of mailing adopted children, which some families actually embraced, took advantage of a loophole in the new Postal Service regulations. Children would be sent as packages, charged by weight, just like other mail. The most famous case involves Charlotte May Piersdorf, who at just 5 years old was mailed on a railway mail car in Idaho in 1914 to visit her grandparents. Stamps were attached to her coat, and a postal worker accompanied her on the journey. Lobotomy, a peculiar treatment, emerged in the 1930s as a surgical procedure intended to treat severe mental illnesses. Using an instrument called a leucotome, or even an ice pick, inserted at the corner of the eye, part of the brain tissue responsible for behavior and emotions would be cut. Although the goal was to calm the patient, it often resulted in permanent effects. With advancements in medical science and an increased demand for cadavers, medical schools needed bodies for study, but the initial supply of executed criminals quickly proved insufficient. When legal sources ran out, thieves began exhuming freshly buried bodies to sell to anatomists and medical schools. Various creative solutions were devised to prevent grave robbery, including the use of mort safes, security devices made of iron or steel placed over graves to protect newly buried bodies. Victorian fashion included extravagant and sometimes bizarre trends, one of which involved using birds and insects in clothing and accessories. Hats adorned with feathers, wings, and even whole birds were quite popular among high society women. This admiration for nature was displayed in intricate designs. Throughout the 1930s in the United Kingdom, outdoor hanging cages were commonly used. At the time, fresh air and sunlight were considered essential for babies' health, and for city-dwelling families without garden access, these metal cages attached to apartment windows were seen as a solution. Though it might seem dangerous today, many parents saw it as a way to provide the fresh air deemed vital for strengthening children's immune systems. The bullet bra, strongly associated with film stars like Marilyn Monroe, helped shape the hourglass silhouette idealized at the time. Although it eventually fell out of fashion, the bullet bra remains a symbol of vintage fashion and 1950s culture. The Chopin, on the other hand, was an extremely high platform shoe worn by noblewomen in 15th and 16th century Europe, especially in Venice. Initially designed to protect feet and clothing from dirt in the streets, the height of the platform soon became a status symbol. The taller the platform, the higher the social status. A doctor analyzing a patient's spinal curvature using a pioneering device he created. This device, a metal support, was designed to gradually adjust spinal curvature, representing a significant advancement in orthopedic methods of that era. Around 1900, an unusual New Year's ritual from the Wild West involved women kneeling before their husbands to apologize for the inconveniences and mistakes they'd caused throughout the year. There was also a form of punishment in China called lingering death, in which a person was placed inside a type of cage with a few boards and stones under their feet. The goal was to slowly take the person's life by removing one piece each day, causing them to slowly suffocate. This terrifying accident at the Montparnasse train station in Paris in 1895 made history. A train failed to stop, passing through the station and dangling outside the building, falling into the street below. Tragically, one person lost their life, but the image of the crash left a lasting shock around the world. an event in one of New York's most iconic neighborhoods. At only 6 months old, Marsha Pinfield became America's sweetheart in 1927 by winning the Most Beautiful Child in America contest. With her innocent gaze and the awards surrounding her, this little champion captured hearts across the country, showcasing the nation's enthusiasm for baby beauty pageants. Disregarding weight and safety, this daring worker stood upside down on top of a utility pole in Manga, Wellington City in 1923. These electric line workers often risk their lives to supply electricity to homes without the modern safety protocols we have today. In the 1940s, the engineering marvel, the Messerschmitt Bf 109, underwent critical wind tunnel testing in Germany. These tests were vital for enhancing aerodynamics and ensuring the plane's agility in combat. An image from the 1800s in the Wild West depicts a headless woman lying in her husband's lap. Are they really beheading a woman for a photo? In reality, this was not digital, but hand photoshopped. Photographers used negatives of 2 or more photos to merge them, creating a magical effect. Subscribe to our channel to stay updated with intriguing visuals and stories. Don't forget to enable notifications so you won't miss our latest content.